What's going on, boys? It's one of them days outside. It's been raining since about, I don't know, midnight last night, and it ain't let up yet. So I'm in the shop today. I'll give you a little shop update. I've been cleaning up. Um, got a bunch of crap out of this area. Got a bunch of crap out of this area. Been organizing receipts and whatnot. All the mower receipts, other receipts, other receipts. All my paint in one area. The top of this bench is pretty much cleaned off. You notice there ain't no more shims. It's because that's complete now. No more crap on the floor. So this will be going back to the guy that owns it on Sunday. It's done. I can get all this crap out of here. Got all my tools picked up. Got one of my chainsaws sold. I got two of these Polands. I don't need two of them. I already got one that's got a muffler mod and a little bit of port work and a brand new bar and chain and a fresh tune-up. And then I've got my big old Husky here. It's got a little port work and a pipe. It's got a 24 or 26 inch bar. That thing's a beast. But I don't need two of these Polands, so I got old girl here sold. Just trying to get some stuff cleaned up. Still got junk everywhere. I need more space. God, that rain's coming down hard. Jeez, let's look outside real quick. I'm glad I at least got a dry place to work. Holy crap. Yeah. Damn, I hope my shop don't blow away. Good God, yeah, it's raining this ball. Let's shut that. Got some more parts ordered for this. Underneath, there's two idlers. There's two belts. One that runs the deck, one that runs the rear end. There's two idlers that run the belt for the rear end. And when you hit the brake pedal, it disconnects them. So one of those fell apart on me at the property the other day. And these steering rods are so wore out that they lay on the belt. So they're supposed to set up like this, but they're so wore out. I got some of those coming. Got the two idlers coming, and I ordered some lug nuts for the back. There's quite a few of them missing. And hopefully she'll be done. I won't have to buy no parts. I've been through everything else. Hopefully it'll be done. Anyway, just cleaning stuff up, trying to organize some of the bolts for my Cummins. I know these are front cover bolts, oil pump bolts. I'm going through bolts, trying to figure out if I'm missing any hardware. I just realized I need to go to the store and get hardware to hold the turbo to the manifold. I've got my injectors boxed up. I'm going to try and get them to the injector shop sometime this coming week and just have them gone through. If I'm going to build a brand new engine, I might as well have the injectors gone through. Make sure they're balanced. Make sure all the nozzles are good. Just have them cleaned and flowed and balanced. Shouldn't be too much, but got to get that done. The block, well, I went by the machine shop Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. I don't know. All my days run together. They measured the pistons one more time. We agreed on a piston to wall clearance and a good ring gap for me, because I've been kind of up in the air on ring gap. There's certain ring gap specs for gas burners, and it's usually 4 thousandths per inch of bore. Well, anywhere you look, you can't find nothing on diesel ring gap. So I looked up the spec. The spec on a stock bore 5.9 Cummins on the top ring is 10 to 14 thousandths. That seems kind of tight to me. And then it says second ring is, what did they say, 32 to 35 thou? I don't know. So we figured it up. I'm going to run 16 on the top ring, 35 on the second. And we're going to run like a 2 thou piston to wall clearance. That should still leave her tight, but just loose enough that I can run some extra, you know, good stuff to it, if you know what I mean. The little squirt squirt and the little puff puff and the, yeah, all the air. So that's that. Hoping to get the block back this week. I'm just trying to go over and make sure I got everything, and I got a list going of stuff I need to buy. Water pump, cam bearing. I still got to get the pressure relief valve and stuff for the oil cooler housing. Of course, I got a new one, but I want to get the new valves. And then just little stuff here and there. I've got all my gaskets. I think that's about it. I'm ready to put this thing together. Anyway, little shop update. I'm out here just working on stuff, sweating my balls off. Figure I'd give you a little update on stuff. The bench is looking a lot better. And once this engine gets built, I'll have so much more room. I mean, my Dodge has parts in the cab. I'm running out of places to put stuff. And I ain't putting the cylinder head or these rods or anything outside, so they're going to stay in here. Don't look at my socks. So, yeah. I just got so many Cummins parts laying around, it's not even funny. My shifter, my hood hinges, the fan and shroud. I've just got stuff everywhere. Anyway, that's a little shop update. I ain't got much going on today. Just finished building them gears because they need to go away. I need extra space and they need to move. I could probably put my rear end down in the barn. I need to do that, but since it's raining so daggum much, I doubt I'll be able to get the Bobcat out for a few days, so that'll have to sit in here for a while. I just need some more room. And I've got a few projects in the works. I've got an old, I think it's a Homelight chainsaw that's behind all this stuff over here, that I got, I don't know, a couple months back. It's a sweet little saw. I've been having trouble finding parts for it. I don't even know if I can get in there to look at it, but I've got it all tore apart and I figured out what I needed. It's a sweet little saw. It's like a trim saw. That right there, it's a Homelight Textron. And she's a little bitty girl. Like 30cc. It's got a little 10-inch bar on it. That'd be a good one. I've got it all cleaned up, ready to go back together. I need like crank seals and bearings, fuel filter, fuel lines, air filter. She's really old, so it's hard to find parts. That's for another project. Let's see what else I got. Oh, let's talk about something else real quick. So my little 610 Mule XC. I work on a lot of those little engines at work because they come in golf carts. They don't really make much power. So it's the same engine that's in my Mule. And I've been trying to figure out a way to turn my Mule up a little bit because she needs a little more grunt. So I got this spare cylinder head here, and my buddy did a little port work for me. The ports on these things are awful, so he did some port work for me. Sandblasted the ports. They look a lot better. When I go to pull the stock head off, I'll show you the difference in the ports. I'm gonna run the stock valves. I've measured the springs. The springs are just like those Honda clone engines, the Predator engines. So the valve springs are the same diameter and real close to the same installed height. So I think I can get a stiffer set of springs. I'm gonna have the head cut about 10, 12 thousandths. Bump my compression up a little bit. And I'm going to get me a Mikuni. So I'll have more compression, better flow through the head, a better valve train. I'm looking into upgraded rockers and stuff because the little rockers on it are pitiful. Just pitiful. I'm looking at trying to figure out how to upgrade my rocker system. Because I've seen the top of this, it's not near as big as the bottom. It's much smaller, you see that? And I've seen the stud break off right there. I don't know. I'm not going to go up much on valve spring. The stock valve springs are like, I don't know, 8 or 10 pounds. I mean, they ain't much. I'm not going to go up too much on spring because I'm not turning this thing to the moon. I've got the governor set at 3,000, which I think stock was like 2,200 or something. Is awful low. So I'll have better rockers and rocker stands, a better flowing head, a little more compression, and the carburetor that's on it. Most of these engines come in, like I said, a golf cart, so they don't have well, they got a starter generator, but they're not made to sit there and idle. So golf cart, when you press on the gas pedal, it cranks and runs at the same time. So the carburetor has no accelerator pump in it. Well, the way they're set up in the Mule, you crank and they idle. And if you whop the throttle, it's got a terrible lean misfire to it. And it's not real good for, getting out of a mud hole. So, in me putting a Mikuni on it, I'll have an accelerator pump and a little more carburetor. And the Mule already has a full stainless HMF exhaust. So, I'll have a pretty good top end setup on this. If I could get another, I don't know, 5 to 8 horsepower out of it, I'd be tickled to death. So, there's the spare head, port work, valve springs, compression. And it is pressurized oiling system, so that's good. But that's another project. I've been collecting parts for it for a while. It took me forever to find a head. If you find these engines, they're used and wore out, they want a ton of money. They don't want to part them out. And new engines are ridiculously high. So I found that used head pretty damn cheap. So yeah, that's the deal. And the same machine shop that's doing the block is going to cut the head for me. And the guy there said he's got a few guys here local that race golf carts, and it's the same engine, and he said they're making like 40 horsepower out of them things, but they're doing like custom stroker cranks, and I ain't going all that. I need the thing to be reliable. I just want to pick up a little more power, and there's no aftermarket for these things, so I'm having to do research and figure out what fits and what don't fit, and you know how it is. Anyway, it ain't no small block Chevy. You can't just buy a camshaft for it or nothing like that. Anyway, boys, it's about supper time. I think it's Friday, so Friday's pizza night. We're going to get us some pizza and try and stay dry because it's raining its balls off. Anyway, that's a little shop update, a few little projects that are there in the future. And, man, I can't wait to get my Cummins block back. I'm ready to build me an engine. I need my truck to run. Anyway, we'll catch y'all later. Deuces.